Everyone, Lensmanos here, and welcome to a first look at Dungeons 3. So, right off the bat, there's some loud stuff. Right off the bat, I've got to be completely upfront. I have obtained, or I've been given a press release of this. You can see down here in the corner. Hopefully you can see my mouse cursor. Yep, you can. So this is a press release, so I've got to be, I guess, careful what I say in it, because this isn't a game review. This is me having a look and giving you guys a look at what the game looks like. It's due to be released in October, the full release, and I will probably come back and do another, I might even do a let's play of it at that point. I had originally intended to do a Dungeons 2 let's play. Of particular note, and you may have noticed, this will have an age restriction on it. Mainly just, it's rated at a 16 plus, I believe. So here comes some more noise. There'll be noise here. Yeah, there it is. Just because of the content of the game, we'll get into it and have a look. But let's just go for main campaign.
The shadow of absolute evil. The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target, a dark elf named Thalya.
So I kind of don't know whether to go back here and do this. I mean, there are videos. We've got there's a video here about the actual premise of the game. Let's just get into this.
Long time ago, the absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab. Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to forge. A few orc wedges, the occasional trick played on the little snots. There just wasn't anything left to conquer. As the weeks and months passed, the absolute evil grew ever more reticent and seclusive. From time to time, one could hear a slight murmur from the depressed evil's secret laboratory in the depths of the dungeon. Its creatures grew more worried with each passing day, and even started to miss its ingenious evil tricks. It was a somewhat confusing time for them. No beatings, no torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather nice change. Eons passed, and the unicorn supply dwindled until suddenly, one wonderful day, the evil genius evil joyfully burst from its secret laboratory. It finally had a new goal. An unknown continent, as often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean. It immediately had a fleet built. This was so powerful that it covered the horizon from north to south and was manned by the best and most powerful creatures at the devious evil's command. The fleet set sail for the crossing to this new continent, left the harbor, and sank. Yet that mattered naught to the couldn't give a hoot about its minions' evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet. These new ships were gigantic. Loaded with devious evil's second-best creatures, the fleet set out. And that sank as well.
Okay.
The annoyed evil saved his relentless anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the matter itself. With a sigh, it cast a spell and created a shadow of itself, a creature of absolute darkness and evilness. This shadow flew across the water towards the east. There, it would find a vessel, a corruptible being that would subjugate this land in the name of evil. And the shadow had the perfect target in mind.
Okay. All right. So there's your backstory. So let's get into that campaign.
A long, long time ago. The absolute evil
I'll
had
cut here and
in
I'll
the
back. I didn't realise it would actually play it again. It was weird that it wasn't playing it right from the start. You'd think when you hit campaign it'd just go, but anyway. Let's get into the game. Now, as I said, I have...
The great paladin Tanos, hero of the totally Eastern Kingdoms and a repugnantly good fellow. He was visiting the fatiguing library in Twistram with his comrades to see his foster daughter Thalya.
Well now, Thalya, tell me about your studies. Are you making progress with the writings of the ancient sages?
Yes, dear father. I have thoroughly digested it and have come a step closer to the good. The desire within me to do evil is defeated.
A likely story.
Really? Excellent. I am proud of you, my child. Continue to concentrate on your studies. I must go to Stormbreeze to clear up a few matters. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, my loyal friend Grimly will protect the country. Should anything trouble you, you can turn to him. Isn't that right, Grimly?
Aye, of course, Tanos. I'll keep an eye on the damned elf. Your daughter. You can count on me.
Then I'll see you soon, my friends. May the goddess watch over you, and the light burn eternally.
Bon voyage, dear father. I'll make you so proud of me. Who does good is good.
Yuck. Disgusting phrases like that always leave such a nasty taste in my mouth. These abnormally good heroes, on the other hand, had no inkling of the malignity gathered to the south. One moment a herd of sheep was peacefully grazing, and the next moment, whop! With a fulminant explosive effect that ate up half our special effects budget, the shadow entered the world. His target, a dark elf caught between good and evil, was very close. As the shadow of the unspeakably evil moved through the world, all around it died. Plants withered. Animals perished. Sort of like a picnic with my family.
So, as I was going to say before the cutscene happened, I have played a bit of Dungeons 2, and as I said, I was going to bring you a Let's Play of that. But the main premise of this game is you will be prompted by the narrator a lot. But you are evil and you are just, destined to take over the land. Let's just cruise along and see what we can do, which way we can go. Can I go this way? Tree's not in the way, that's cool. Things should die as I move through. Supposed to. Okay. We go this way. See, we've got
the shadow of the far-off evil found itself very, very close to Twistram. It could practically feel its target's presence.
Take these lanterns, men, and let the light of the goddess shine. For the night is dark and full of terrors. And there's a pile of horse poo around here somewhere. We trod in it earlier. For the darkness! I mean, for the light! Sorry, I'm still in training.
Yes, well, that is somewhat suboptimal. Naturally, the shadow of the almighty evil was an incredibly powerful creature. But, well, light was a bit of an issue. It would certainly be wise to stay out of the lantern light.
Fair enough. Okay, so I guess we just gotta stay out of here. Wants me to go.
Lanterns! Lanterns everywhere! Lanterns! You'd think some nutcase hung them all over the place just to be irritating. I'm supposed to be the evil one here. Whatever. The shadow of the nestled cozily before the fireplace evil was extremely sensitive to light and would inevitably take damage from it.
Okay.
It was important to avoid light as much as possible.
As much as possible. I'm guessing we're gonna have to go through the light here.
The shadow reached the entrance to Twistram. Fortunately, this one was not closed, but it was brightly lit. Luckily, there was an unfortunate guard on patrol that the shadow was able to possess, thanks to its incredible powers. As long as it wasn't in the light.
What was that? I think there was something wrong with our last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself. Still, it was long enough to get past the gate.
Okie dokie. I guess we
The
just...
shadow's target was close.
Keep
So
going.
close. Thalya, the dark elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
Okay. Gotta get through
May
another
the
gate.
goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
Well, I don't know. I had actually kind of planned to spend the evening in the bathhouse.
Friends, this orphanage is very important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin, the one you really don't want to offend.
All right, we'd love to come.
Excellent! May the light of the goddess shine upon you, and let us experience this exhilarating spectacle in the big square together. Follow me, my friends, for evil, the light, I mean. Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terriers, or errors, or something like that.
Terriers. It's full of dogs. Wow. That saving thing was quite loud. Oh yeah, so obviously, you know, the game itself is pretty cool. See, it for me, I've been playing games long enough to have grown up with Dungeon Keeper. Dungeon Keeper being a pretty, I guess, dark game. Where are you going to go, pal? Uh-oh. I need to get past, probably into here. I'm going to turn around and go back. And this game was kind of a bit like Dungeon Keeper. Once you get into the main part of the game where you start building the dungeon. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, definitely a similar sort of game, especially Dungeons 2 was. So I'm not really sure what to expect in this game, but I'll get in this guy. Let's go.
Stop holding the lantern in my face like that, boy. I am Grimly, king of the dwarves, and I am used to the cold, dark tunnels under the mountains.
Go that way.
I have no need of any stupid lamp shining into me eyes. Now I'm stuck with that damned pointy-eared... I mean, my good friend Tanos' foster daughter. Curse him.
In the distance, one could hear the unbearably good bells of a church. They must be marking the opening of the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Heroes with
I get past this
lanterns
guy, I hope.
began to stream in that direction. The crossing on a red signal evil shadow swore, or would have if it had a mouth, and tried to avoid the lanterns as much as possible.
Let's get up in here. Ah! I should have a look, apparently.
And in the name of my father Tanos, I'm glad
this
to
way, maybe?
see so many of you here of your own free will.
The words literally flowed from Thalya's mouth. As the masses listened to her with ever-increasing excitement, the gruesome evils unseen finally, the time had come, and
Here
the
we
shadow
go.
of the past is in...
My dear father would be very proud were he with us today. He would be overjoyed to see us give the young and the needy a place to live and thrive. That's why I'm happy to take this orphanage and destroy it utterly, and all of you with it.
What did you...
Get bit out of the light. I don't know whether it
I'll
helps.
tear you to pieces. I feel the power within me. So
Unimaginable powers surfaced in Thalya. The magic
Nice.
of the Dark Elves. She immediately began to unleash these powers of chaos upon the world.
like lambs to the slaughter.
Okay. There we go.
The Dark Elf raged through Twistrom's inexperienced guards. She thereby built up a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focused beam, while screaming, Kamehameha! Meanwhile, in the fatiguing library, they waited eagerly with coffee and cake for Thalya to show up and open the new orphanage. The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside as well. The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but the metal armor always made such a terrible clunking noise when it tried. But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the Dispatch Shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Thalya had already earned the title of Employee of the Month, with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistrom. The destruction of an orphanage and the bombardment of innocent citizens with magic missiles immediately made her the minion-wasting evil's new favorite henchperson. Her evil deeds complete, Thalya withdrew into the vaults beneath the ruins of the fatiguing library. There, between the slaughterhouse and Mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartments, she prepared to create something powerful in the name of the absolutely ultimately evil. A dungeon heart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Thalya's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully to himself, with no inkling of his foster daughter's dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a dark elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, Bean, you thought wrong.
Nice. There you go. So, turn to evil, lay the fatiguing library in ruins, and now she begins to build a small power base in its vaults. So first dungeon. So this is where we go into the dungeon mode. I'm not sure exactly how much you guys want to see in this video. We'll see how we go. I probably need to check length of the actual video, but we'll see what's going.
Twistrom looked like the leftovers from a heavy metal concert.
What? What have I done? Oh no! I've fallen to evil again. Father will be beside himself. He was right when he said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Although, in a way, it was fun to be evil. Burning things, pillaging, and showing those nasty goody two-shoes where the hammer hangs. They just look down at me anyway. My revenge will be terrible.
Alright, let's get into the dungeon and just have a bit of a
While
look.
Thalya was delivering a typical villainous monologue, something happened around her. From the depths arose a pulsating crystal, filled with the magic-savvy evil's power. A dungeon heart. Not to be confused with those dungeon hearts from other games. We don't want to be sued again.
Hello, greetings. What seems to be your boggle?
Secret mental messages were exchanged between Thalya and the mentally savvy evil's crystal. We could explain this in detail at this point, but that would require a 3-hour monologue on my part, and I am definitely not being paid enough for that.
Right then. I will make these people suffer for mocking me. Father's henchmen never liked me anyway, and always insulted me, calling me pointy-eared. It's time for my well-deserved revenge!
The game logic internalizing evil had given Thalya an assignment. Out there on the surface were shamelessly good places in urgent need of destruction.
Nah, no problem. I'll take care of it. I and an evil army.
Naturally, the strategically well-versed evil did not send its new general into battle alone. A dungeon had to be built, and creatures hired to provide her with a powerful army. Of course, the sophisticatedly thinking evil already knew which way the wind blew in a dungeon. However, should it be hit by short-term memory loss, it could effortlessly look up things in the fabulous almanac.
Alright. I'm going to just leave the game here. This is the this is the strategy part of it, where you can build your dungeon and you can mine out things and build rooms and that sort of stuff. So I'm probably going to put that into another video. But for the moment, I'm going to wrap up here. Please leave those comments in the section below. I hope you enjoyed this first look at this game. As I said, potentially we'll do a couple more videos.
Evil's helpers had not been idle. Well, they hadn't exhausted themselves either, but anyway, there were now some research projects the researching evil could pursue.
So you've got all sorts of stuff in here.
The new improved research menu, TM, was now available.
So, no, save. Let's save it. Right, so let's go back to the main menu. So as I said, this is a first look. I can't use it as a view copy. It's just a press edition. So yeah, I'm enjoying playing it, and I'm waiting eagerly for the full release. As I said, comes out. Let me just check my my page here. It comes out on the 14th of October. Wow, that makes it loud. So yeah, so just for those who are interested, you can check it out on Steam, and the links for that will be below. It's developed by Realmforge Studios, and it's published by Kalypso Media. Yeah, I hope you come and join me for the next one. Thanks for watching. See you later.